Hello, welcome to Sacred Clown Tarot, and here you see I have a crystal grid set up, so I wanted to show you that. It's really cool. So I got some new things that I'm really excited about. I got, let me show you. I got some new tarot. This is called Osho Zen Tarot, which I've really been I studied a lot about Tantra, and then I found Zen. So I feel like they sort of complement each other. And when I say Tantra, I'm talking about the philosophies of it. There's a lot of good philosophy in Tantra, which I needed. I needed that part of it so that way I could let go of my judgmentalism, But this is my new, so I've been just playing with it and sort of learning about this. Here's what it looks like on the back. And it has different, this one's change, the creator, mind. Look at that picture. Oh my gosh. That's totally the mind, the ego, ego-based, new vision. I mean, these are really cool cards. These are all like really cool, and I've been reading some of the stories in the book. Oh, whoa, that's crazy that just fell out. Because when I was at the store the other day, they have a little, I got the creator. Oh, I create my change. Look at that. Because the creator and change. Wow. Which is why I didn't know why I needed to go to the esoteric store, the metaphysical cool shop that I love, but when I went in there, I was gonna go earlier in the day and then I couldn't, so I was gonna go the day before, and then I got there and I was late, and then so I didn't know why, but long story short, I ended up coming there at a different time than I had planned on, and then one of the workers, one of the ladies, she's having tests done on her for her liver, and then so I picked up the stone for both of us. Anyways, turns out, I ended up doing some Reiki on her and some crystal energy healing. And it was pretty cool because I had whatever to shop for in the store. Well, so I just picked this up and I'm like, here, feel this, and I put some healing and then I gave it to her, and then I put some intentions, and then I was like, here, feel this. Do you feel that? And then she was feeling really tired because she wasn't able to drink caffeine that day. So I did a little bit of Reiki on her while I was there. So I hope, so I'm praying for her procedure today, that she will be healed and she won't need, but at least it was there to, help her, comfort her, and help her feel better, and then take away some of the anxiety about her testing coming up, you know. And I talked to her about also how you know, I had picked this stone up, and I had already talked to her about expressing, you know, expressing her emotions, and not, you know, anger isn't a bad emotion. Anger is a healthy emotion. But so often we judge people's feeling, especially when they're angry. We really judge anger as a negative emotion when it's really not, right? It just is. It just is. And so then I felt drawn to this, and so I picked it up, and oh man, it really resonated with me, and I felt really good. So I'm like, here, try this. And I think we both needed it, you know. So I went in there for something, because I in the professional world, the job that I have is very I pick up a lot of things with what else I do, and you know, that's my intention, is actually to go in here and clean this place up. Well, so that's my intention, and I don't know how to make that intention and not you know, I'm still, it's a big job, so I find myself like really sort of tensing up in there in the work, and you know, because I'm trying not to take the energy. I'm trying to clean without taking on the energy, and I'm not trying to be a sponge. Everybody's sponge. So anyways, so I went in there looking for something that would help me to do that. And then I found this tarot, and I found this lovely, beautiful crystal ball. And this is blue apatite, and let me just put it in the light. Oh, I guess it's enough light as I have, but I mean, it's just beautiful. I mean, on the camera I can see it's not like doing it any justice of what. Let me see. You know, it's actually really sparkly. Anyways, so I wanted to talk about how to use crystals. What are crystals, and why should you go get some? I don't like to order mine online, okay? I don't do that. I go in person, because when you go into, I suggest just going into, if you can get to one. If you can't, then yeah, order them, but I don't have a lot of enjoyment doing that. I like to go to the place and pick up the stone, see how it feels, no matter what the, you know, quartz crystal or citrine or obsidian or rose quartz or amethyst or tiger's eye, you know, or I don't know what else, selenite, whatever, all these kinds of different things. And people say, oh, well, this is good for this and that is good for that, which is true. They all have like properties, right? But you don't know until you pick it up, really, what you came for. that's how, I mean, that's how I choose my crystals. I'm going to put this closer so we can just, you know, look at it. So, let's see. But I guess I'll start doing some how-to videos, how to choose crystals, how to use them, what they're good for, and why you should do it, you know. Like do some little how-to videos. But crystals, see, I'll just take this crystal grid down so we can, I wanted to show you the crystal grid because you can make yourself a crystal grid. But I wanted to show you different. This is an amethyst wand right here. I love it. And here, these are like little man-made wands. I use these in my Reiki, in my healing sessions. And it's got quartz crystal, rose quartz, and then it's got the chakras on there. It's got a quartz crystal ball on the end of it. And then it's got a tip where I can use that. And then we have just some quartz little, you know, we got some tips, some points here. Here's a amazing little one. And this is citrine. It's got several points on the end of it there. And here's just a chip. And here's quartz crystal with mini tips. And there's a quartz crystal ball. Oh, well. This is actually reconstituted quartz dyed purple, but that has its own, I mean, it's not any like less powerful or more powerful if it's reconstituted, or, I mean, it just makes it unique. It makes it a unique crystal. Okay, it changes the, you know, it changes the vibration and the energy of it, you know, and you can discover for yourself what it is. But it's not better to have a, like, I don't feel like this all natural stone is like any more powerful or less powerful than a reconstituted dyed crystal. Okay, it just has a different I need to get a stand for this one, and then let me just stack these so they don't fall. Hold on. They might fall, but I hope they don't. Okay, and then here's an obsidian crystal ball. This is my obsidian crystal ball. And then here's my newest one, my newest addition to the family of crystals. Alright, so those are some of my, and this is rose quartz back here. Anyways, I just have crystals all over my house because they're really good. So what they are is like, they're just So we have, we have all these different types, right? Oh, and this is a geode. Okay, so now wands are good for, directing that energy. I can direct my energy through it and point it into here and do it like that. My energy through the amethyst and into the, say, okay, I want to put this thought, this intention through this amethyst and into the blue apatite. And I'll feel how that feels. What does that do? Or maybe I'll say, I want to receive this energy from the blue apatite into the amethyst. Wow, and in through my hand. Okay, so it's good at pointing and directing. And then maybe I want to take that. Okay, so now maybe I felt that energy, I received that into my body, and now maybe I want to take all that and put it into this one. Now maybe I want to take all that back out and point it into you. There, see? Okay, so maybe I want to think, okay, let me get in a good Zen state and feel into a good place of love. And now I want to take that energy that I feel inside of me, and I want to put that into here, through the amethyst and into the blue apatite. See? So I'm directing that through different energy properties. Or maybe I want to do that through, maybe I'm like, okay, well, let me use this wand. So maybe I'm going to put it through the rose quartz, through the crystal quartz, and into the blue apatite. And then maybe I want to receive that, and or then I want to show you this one. So that's wands. That's what you can do with wands. You can direct that. And here's a wand I made myself. I made for myself because, see, now I can take different of these small crystals, big or small, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean they're not powerful. Now you see that little, this is a amethyst tip with a garnet, and I wish you could get that clearly up close. The garnet, there you can see, this is a really cool one because it is just naturally came in the shape of an infinity symbol. So, and then on the other end of that I have a quartz crystal tip, and this is just through copper wire. So there's different, and copper has its own properties. So I have that like that for using. So there's another wand. There's another way you can have them. You can have like you can make a handmade wand. Handmade wand, yeah. You can make a handmade one that you can make it however you want, see? And I made this in a little such a way I can take them out and put them in differently for different things that I want to do, right? So, alright, so I've discussed wands, and I can go into more about wands. I want to go into like my personal experiences with, I can make different videos about I'm gonna teach crystals not the way you would just read. I mean, you can go read off of Google and find about you can go read off Google and find or anywhere, get a book and read what somebody else says that crystal is and is good for, which is good. You need a basis. You do need a basis, but it doesn't trump like having your own experiences with them. So I want to teach you by sharing my, I want to teach you by sharing my experiences with, when I first picked up this one, I felt this crazy surge of power. I just like held it up like I was a Statue of Liberty, and I was like, whoa, this one is amazing. I was like, what is this? This is a really cool amethyst wand. Whew, my hand is vibrating so hard right now. So, okay, so then this is a geode. Okay, so actually first I'm going to explain the crystal balls. So with the crystal balls, they are good. How I use them is for putting a shield around this. Maybe I can do like, okay, I want to leave these here and I want this around this space. It's all about intention with these, okay? So, and you can contract, with the crystal ball, you can contract the energy just the same way you would yours. You can contract that energy to a small, like say I want this to go over this, crystal grid here, and maybe I want this, to shield this area, or, you can do that. You can contract it, or you can expand that field, right? As big as you want it or as small as you want it. It's your crystal. It came to you for a reason. You can use it however you want, right? However it wants to work with you, or however you want to work with it. It's you just kind of. I feel like I have a happy little relationship with all of these things. So anyways, I also use them. So I use them in that way. And I guess I would explain it kind of like inside of a human, inside of a person, you have a chakra, and it's round. And so these round, so it's kind of like they kind of go in the shape that they're in as well, right? And these are a rounded, so they put out a round, if you can look at the energy, if you can view that energy through your third eye and see the aura, you can see the different crystals. You can see how they're working, how they're putting out the energy. So these are kind of like a rounded energy that sort of radiates in the same way that a chakra. So it kind of looks like so you can do the same thing that you would with your energy field. With the crystal balls, you can do the same thing, right? So you can expand that energy. You can bring it in, contract it, or you can intend to expand that out, right? You can expand that out. So that's what, and so then you can use it that way. And then you can hold it and feel it, of course. And then you can use it for scrying, which I use this one for scrying. I use this one in a different way than I use, say, this purple one, and even this one. It feels different with each. It feels different with this one. because it has all of these inclusions in it. It is it takes me into differently, takes it in differently, or receive the information, I guess you could say, differently with one that's heavily has heavy inclusions in it. Feels way different than one that's crystal clear, reconstituted, and dyed. You know, it's a totally different experience. So, I mean, I suggest that you get different kinds so you can have, you know, different experiences. And like, I can even use these little ones if I'm just sitting somewhere and they have inclusions in them, but they're each different inclusions. So it's just different. Takes you into like a different thing, a different experience. So if you want to practice with scrying, you can get some of these and play with that, which is really fun. So, and this one is like a really grounding, so anyways, but okay, so that's about crystal balls. Those are what I've been doing with the crystal balls. So right now I'm just going into style or different types of crystals, and then I can talk about different kinds like amethysts, rose, crystal, clear quartz crystal, you know. Today I'm going to talk about the blue apatite, even though I don't have a lot of experiences because I just got it, but I do have the experience of shopping for it and kind of what I was intending, what I wanted, kind of like how I've been feeling, and what, you know, and knowing, okay, why this one said that this was the answer I needed, right? So I'll just talk about like my experiences, because I think it's better to talk about experiences than a dead set, this is the way it is, because you can't really teach somebody very much when you're just teaching these are the set things. Yeah, there is a set energy for them, but that's really not, you're not gonna get as much from the crystals if you go at it, well, you still can, because I mean, I did that when I first, well, no, I mean, I did go along with like spirit led, like just picking it up and feeling it more than what does this one do, or what is that, because it's more in the mind and thinking about it, overthinking it, you know. Okay, so this one is a geode, and this one works sort of opposite of a wand, or, but if you can really feel it if you put your finger in the center of that. So this feels like it draws energy into this, like, it's kind of like a bowl, right? And in the center, and it's got a lot of little crystal tips all pointing to the center, right? And then, so if you put your finger, how you can really feel it, you can feel like the force of that energy is by, if you take your finger and put it in the center, you can really feel that energy, you know. That's like where you, I mean, I can feel by picking it up and holding it, but because it was interesting with when I was working with this one. I was like, what do you, it doesn't feel like, how does this one, how do you feel this one? Like, where do I feel you at? You know, so I was just feeling around, and I'm like, okay, if I put my finger like this, I can feel it, especially if I kind of like hold it and then put my finger in it, the middle of it. So with this one, you kind of need a, but it's actually like a stream, a pinpointed spot in this. That's just like right there is where you feel, where you can feel it. It's very directed, kind of like here is very directed. In a geode, it's kind of like here is really like a directed spot where you can really feel that. So, I mean, that's my experience with a geode. Somebody else might have a different experience with it, so then that's okay. This is my experiences. Okay, so I think I went over all of the different, oh, and then we have just like chips, and those are just pieces that are, it's just kind of like, I mean, it's sort of just random. Whatever the piece of chip is gonna be, you know, I really can't describe different chips. Different chips are gonna be all feel different. There's gonna be any different sort of feeling that you might get from a chip. Sort of just more versatile almost, like and you might pick up a chip of something and pick up different chips, and it might all feel different depending on how the energy is being refracted around inside of there, you know, and what this chip went through to get chipped off, you know, whatever that energy it took to be broken, to be formed, and then, right? Okay, so crystals are, I guess we'll talk about what these are. So they're like ancient minerals, okay? The earth is ancient, so these are little pieces of beautiful things from the earth, from inside the earth, right? Some things that the earth itself created. So they're ancient. These are ancient minerals, right? And what it is that, like, the pressure from the earth created this. The pressure in the earth is what created different types of crystals. And if you think about it, our earth has gone through things. It's just like a person has, if you say this person's gone through things, and these are the beautiful things that came out of that. So it's no different with the earth. The earth has gone through things in its energy field, and through that pressure, through that energy, it created, this is what came out of it. These little bits of beauty in into different energy fields, which that's another thing we can talk about, you know, for a while. I could talk about that for a while, you know, what kind of energy would create these different sorts of energies, right? what kind of, and maybe relate that to, I would like to relate that to, because that's kind of how I did it in my life too, is I can relate to these crystals by thinking about when I went through this is the pressure that I felt, and this was the, like, this was how I manifested things, right? So these are the Earth's manifestations from what it went through, the pressures of the Earth. So the pressures of the Earth made beautiful creations from that. And then these rose to the surface. You know, they rose to the surface of the Earth. Like, it's sort of like giving birth, the Earth giving birth to something beautiful, okay? Giving birth to just different energy, you know, different energy thingies, beautiful thingies. See, I guess I could get, you know, I should get some better scientifical verbiage, but that's just basically it. Let's see. Okay, so what else should I say? Okay, so they rose to the surface of the Earth, and then it's kind of like the human giving birth. It's kind of like the human birth, and it's also kind of like a personal struggle. These were the Earth is like the Earth struggle that created something beautiful, okay? But these different struggles and different pressures is what, see, these have different, these all each have different, like an amethyst has a different energy signature than a clear quartz crystal or a citrine or rose. This is just some of the things that I have on the table. Here's a little agate. Oh, that's what else I got. Let me show you what else I got. I got something. I made a little string, and then the string broke because I'm gonna wear this. This is what I got to wear, and this is purple agate. So I think I thought maybe I needed to wear a piece of like obsidian or something, but instead this purple agate made me buy it. Oh, look at that. You can see that. Yeah, I'm trying to get some of the refractions of light in there that you can see shimmering in it when it hits the light, but oh, there we go. It's just kind of, it's very beautiful, but it's like a deep dark purple, but it's, I mean, it shines in the light, you know. See how beautiful that is? It's just gorgeous. So that's my purple raindrop. But see, I went in there, and what I thought I needed wasn't what I needed, right? What I thought, oh, this is what I need. No, the stones told me, no, you don't. You need this, right? So go with that. Go with what the crystals speak to you, not, you know, don't go with somebody else's, like, instructions over the crystals just speaking to you, okay? That's what's most important here. Okay, so that's what creates a different energy on the Earth, is the Earth itself creates different energies. Oh, here's a little peacock stone. That's about joy. But anyways, okay, so of course this is all just energy, right? It's all just energy anyways. But what's so cool about these, it's really fascinating for me with my experience of them, is how the energy works. Okay, So these energies, so they might say on paper, well, this is what this energy is, but it's changeable. Okay, it's not set in stone. I mean, to a certain extent, that could be true. Okay, these do have a specific property. So it's not a constant, and it's not something that you can just completely label. You know, you can't just put a label on it, you know, because I can change the energy as a conscious awake being, and it's that realization. Okay, so I can create the energy. Let me do that. So I can create, like I said, an intention, an energy within myself. And I can, as a conscious awake being, it's this realization that's so much fun to use these with. Okay? So I love to play with energy. Like, I mean, I'm an energy worker, and that's just one of my hobbies. Well, it's not a hobby, it's just something I do, but it's something I love, something I really love doing, is just playing with energy. But each stone, like I said, it does have its own, you know, it does have its own unique signature energy. So, you know, like what I've read about crystals when I was first learning, it doesn't exactly completely explain what's happening, okay? So when I pick up this, say I pick up this wand, you know, I said I picked this up and I felt a lot of power. I felt a lot, like, really powerful flowing through me. But what that is, let me show you. I don't just feel, so you pick up a crystal, right, and you feel that crystal. So you think, oh wow, this crystal is really powerful. What is this? What is this power, right? So, but that's the energy. What that is, you don't just feel, I'm not just feeling like this, I'm not only feeling amethyst energy, right? I'm not just feeling this one crystal. I'm feeling myself reflected back to me through the amethyst. Okay, so my energy goes, I pick it up, my energy goes into the amethyst, okay? So whatever energy that if I'm feeling powerful, well, picking up this felt more powerful, you know, and I guess I was feeling very powerful that day. So I picked this up, and, you know, and plus I was at a fair, so that already raises my vibration, right? Because I'm a strong empath, and so I'm picking up, and I'm in a place of a lot of other, you know, different healers and things. So the energy in the place is already, you know, powerful. This is why when I was at the fair, you know, that powerful was like, whoa, why is this crystal I was like, whoa, this feels powerful, you know? But because I'm an empath, so I'm like going talking to this, you know, healer and that healer, and then I go pick up this crystal in this place of a bunch of other healers, right? So I'm feeling all of that energy that you know, is probably in the place, plus you know, I just soaked up. So then I'm really feeling powerful, you know, I'm feeling like a powerful badass, and I go pick up this crystal, and so it felt like that power was supercharged back to me, and I'm like, holy crap, this thing is powerful. But really, that was my first experience in picking this up in that place. Do you know what I'm saying? It wasn't this crystal having that power all by itself. It wasn't this all by itself. It was everything that was going on around at the time, how I was feeling at that moment when I picked it up. Do you understand that what I'm saying is, do you understand that? My energy goes into here, and then I feel that, when I feel that, reflected back to me through the amethyst. So, you know, I could pick that, you know, I could do that same thing, and I would feel that energy. How does my energy right now, the way I feel right now, reflected through a clear quartz crystal ball, how does that feel to me right now? How does my energy feel through this? How does my energy feel through, you know, through this quartz crystal tips? How does it feel through, you know, this new blue apatite that I got? How does that feel through this chip of rose quartz? Do you see? So that my energy through this energy at this moment right now feels like this. But that doesn't mean, you know, I'll get that same experience. That's why sometimes you might pick it up and be like, what, did this thing lose its power? No, it didn't lose its power. It's just you're feeling like this today, and now it feels like it's changeable. It's not a constant. It depends on you. It's your energy. It's how your energy reflects back to you. Okay? And so it's really just with working with the crystals, it's, you know, it's not a constant. It's you play with them. They're tools. It's like the power of my intentions, for healing or for manifesting, with these tools and their energy. It makes a difference. My intentions and my thoughts, my words, and my intentions, my feelings, or anything, they go into that and they reflect back to me. Or I can reflect that to another person with my intention, right? So if you want to learn about crystals, but you can do some really cool stuff. But really, what my suggestion is how you need to learn with them is just go. I don't buy my stuff online. I like to go to a shop and let them tell me what they're for. Okay? Because, I mean, I could tell you maybe, go get yourself some rose quartz for that. You know, it'll open your heart. It'll do this and it'll do that for you. Or it could say, go get some, you're feeling, you know, like you need to be protected in a situation. Go get yourself some obsidian, right? It'll be what you need. But I went in there needing sort of protection in the job that I am in, but I didn't need obsidian. I needed this piece of purple agate instead. And I needed this blue apatite, and I needed this Zen Tarot card book. You know, that's the things that I needed. So it's more about tuning into the energy around you, you know, and working differently with different energies. Just feeling about which energies work for you with that crystal. I go in, I get the crystal, I have the intention to say, okay, I need help with this. This is my struggle, right? Or this is what I'm working on. I'm trying to feel better in this way. So I just go in like that with the intention that I'm going to find something that will help me in work, to not take on energy. Also, so then I got this, right? And some suggestion was to get the black obsidian. Well, I mean, I already have black. I already have that. And, you know, so it wasn't what I needed. I needed this. I'll discover. So then I get this. So then I get home and then I play with it. And then, I mean, I may even read, like, what did I just buy? And why did I need this, right? So that's what I did with the, that's what I did with the blue apatite, right? Well, also at the same time, okay, my struggle lately has been, I mean, I created my own detox diet, and then I used that on my own kids because they've all been diagnosed, well labeled, or whatever you want to call it, with different things. And so I'm like, well, I'm not going to give them this medication or that. I want to heal them with the natural things of the earth, right? So I created my own detox diet, and I've lived on that diet. And then I don't know when my hang-up is. I always know when my hang-up is. I will just be off-ish. I'll be off-ish. So, and I won't be eating like I know is healthy and will heal me. And it's almost like I'm purposely not feeling good. But when I'm like that, I know it's because, you know, and I can go back and back, but sometimes, you know, you go through something and you don't want to, there's something you don't want to admit or say. So I think what I need to do once I got this is go back and say something to somebody. I think there's things unsaid now that I understand blue apatite. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not expressing myself. Maybe there was some point. So I'm trying to go back and see at what point did I not express myself. Okay? And now that's how it can reveal itself to me. Now this stone, blue apatite, is about personal power. So how am I standing in my personal power, right? So I'm going to work with this crystal, knowing how it will help me. I'll work on my personal power. You know, so it's throat chakra. And I notice I've been clearing my throat a lot on my videos. So I'm also trying to make this YouTube channel, and so it could be that, you know, I'm trying to express things. It can help you express yourself strongly, speak your truth, not mince the truth. I know I have a tendency to not completely, you know, I'm trying to put things in a way that people will receive them, right? Put the truth into sugar-coated, you know, so it's a little easier to take in, right? Because I don't want to offend anyone. So I mean, I know I do that. And then this can also help with, not only help with communication, it can help with your food appetite, right? It can help you with emotional or mental eating. You know how you eat because of something emotional. You can change how you're eating. And so I think that's what's going on with me. I'm not feeling well, right? I'm not feeling well because I'm not eating well. And I must have not been feeling well because of not expressing something, and then not speaking my truth maybe, and then feeling emotional about that. And so it's causing me to not eat well, which is not helping me feel better, see? So that's sort of I don't know, for the last few weeks, a little loop I've been in. So I'm trying to work with this one. So this can filter out unwanted emotions, supposedly. But we'll see what it does for me. You know, we'll see why it's here, okay? So also, the thing that's so powerful about the throat chakra is your your personal power, you would think that was just with your, that's not just with your, well, you would think, but I mean, you wouldn't think, maybe you wouldn't, but, that's not with your solar plexus chakra, right? Because your solar plexus is where your will is. That's considered your personal power. But that also has to work in tandem, has to work in tandem with your throat chakra, right? So your throat chakra needs to work with your solar plexus, right? Because that's where the will might come from, but the words have to go through you might have that intention or that will, you might have good intentions, but if you don't speak them, if you don't say them, and if you don't tell anybody, then it just stays in your solar plexus, and that can cause you to have throat chakra issues as well as solar plexus issues, see? So how it's working with me is to create you create your future with your words, right? So that's why this blue apatite can be so powerful with helping you express emotions to people, express your truth to people, so that way, and express how you talk, because words and thoughts, they hold power to manifest. What we think, what we believe, and what we say, that becomes our manifested reality, because life and death are in the power of the tongue. And I think of that verse in the Bible, it says, if you say to this mountain, be removed and cast into the sea, it shall be done, I mean, I don't believe everything the Bible says, but I love some of the verses out of there. And that's one of the verses I really love but I want to know that I can say to that mountain, be removed, and it's going to be cast into the sea. Like, I'll claim that. Definitely will claim that. So what we say, to the universe is what we reflect back to ourselves. So that's how the throat chakra is, what you say is what you're going to get back to you, okay? So that's why I think this one was speaking to me to bring it home, right? So it's going to go home with me. So I was drawn to it, and God picked it up, I played with it, and I felt its energy, and it was a really cool experience. I could just feel it vibrating, like, all through my body, and in my feet especially. And then I picked up I held two in each hand. I picked up a green one, and then I could feel it going from my left hand. I picked up, well, I don't know if it will do it with this, but it would feel like boom, 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 back and forth. Actually, I do feel it with this. Whoa, that's cool. Yeah, it's like boom, 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 boom. I can feel it like a pulse. It's like a pulse of energy. It's like pulsating. But anyways, so I'll work with it, and then I'll let you know. Yeah, because blue apatite, it does really have to do with your appetite, apparently. So it can also help you lose weight if you're intending to lose weight. I'm not intending to lose weight. I'm just intending to feel good in my eating. I've been feeling a little down, a little sick, so my food is not, I'm not on point with my food. And to me, food is really sensitive. I'm really sensitive to what I eat. It really has a lot to do with my emotions, and since I'm an empath, you know, I really have to take in food like properly. You know, it's really it can really get me off. So I've been working with that to see if that will help me. I think it has a lot to do with my words manifesting, right? So I'll try with that, and then I'll comment later. And so this is connected to Neptune, and it's about your personal power. It's about creating your and manifesting the world with your words. So that was what that is. Oh, you can also get crystals like this in a pendulum. I didn't show you pendulums. Pendulum crystals. So, but this video has gone on quite a long time. So anyways, that's the first video I guess I'll do about crystals. I just kind of gave an overview about different types of crystals. So I'll do some more in-depth videos about